So when it comes to balancing PvP, do we think that adding a new map would solve everything? To me, I think it would help a lot. I almost wonder how much of the balancing it would fix just for a new map. You know, a lot of what we're seeing is, you know, builds and classes doing particularly well because of what PvP is. And, you know, there's 3 different phases. Well, really 2, because that first idle phase, not idle phase, but the statue phase, literally, like, you just blow through it. It almost, like, all resonance levels at this point. Oh, hold on. Wait. Wait, the goblin. Oh, I didn't really need a legendary. So, what are you doing here? Okay, we'll take an achievement. W. The other thing, so, you know, we're coming off the patch where Blizzard said that they are fixing it and they're changing how, you know, it's not just resonance based and all that kind of stuff, which was exciting to hear, except for the fact that they said a lot of that same things, like they were going to use normal gems and secondary stats probably like 2 to 4 months ago, literal months ago. They said they were making that change. And it's bad. Like it's like, well, wait a minute, why are you saying you're doing that now when you said that you did that previously? And then it's sort of, if you're it makes us question that, and if we're already questioning that, it's going to lead us to questioning, well, what are these optimizations that you've been doing for PvP this whole time then, if you said you did one thing and you're just now doing it? You know what I mean? So that's kind of a Blizzard NetEase L, in my opinion, at least, when it comes to that, because it's like, well, damn. A new map, I think, would help a lot. It would go a long way. Remy says, yeah, the choke points right outside of the spawn suck when you're against like 4 wizards. Yeah, exactly. And so that's where you see, you know, wizards do, to your point, wizards do incredibly well, but also barbarians who can just sit on the idol and handle it. You know what I mean? They can just take a beating on the idol pushing phase. And it's like, well, dang, like that class is really good now. It's like, well, yes, it's good. It's good for this. You know what I mean? It's good for that one thing. And monk is just bad for all the things. I don't know what else they could do outside of truly, like, I've been a proponent of having leagues for resonance. So if you're within X and Y window, just to use round numbers, let's say if you're between 1 and 3K resonance, you're in a league of your own. You know what I mean? If you're 301 to 6K res, you're in a second league, and that sort of thing. Pens Chiro, what up? So like in my head, that would be ideal to have different leagues of resonance. So that way it could ideally be a little bit closer in terms of resonance. Because right now, even after the quote unquote changes that they made to PvP, I still queue in and I'm getting more 9K res lobbies than I was before the changes. And I'm at 4.2K, 4,267K. And my secondaries are actually like tragically bad. You know what I mean? So for me, I'm like, I'm losing twice as much now as I was previously. And we're going to be getting to PvP here in a little bit in terms of the actual gameplay. But I do think the map would help. I know why they don't do this, but I don't think we would see a situation where they would, what up, Infrared? I don't think we're gonna get into a situation where they would actually add a just straight up Slayer style, because I think that would exacerbate the imbalances of certain classes. I think that would not be ideal, and I think you would see even less people on certain classes, i.e. the monk. And now a capture the flag game mode where there is a, you know, the objective is constantly moving, I think. And then there's obviously an element of slaying where you're going to want to defend a certain point, or you want to like crash into a certain point. What up, Super Coop? I think that would be sick. A capture the flag mode, I've always been a fan of in almost every game mode, in that game mode in particular with any game I've ever played. And I think that would be literally sick to have a Diablo Immortal capture the flag. I think they do have to keep it close to like that style of game. Like we already have a control one with like the, you know, zones or whatever, the towers, like the tower capture mode, which I recorded a video earlier talking about how I dislike that one. But you can watch that one. I just think my only concern with, I guess, to put a pin in that comment and then jump back to what I was talking about, I think that my only concern with having a, those leagues with resonance is that how long are those queue times going to be, right? Like we already have bad queue times when it's, you know, all resonance seemingly all together. So like that would be like, that's a problem. That's a bit of a concern that we should have. But what else, right? So new game mode help, a new game, so new game mode, a new map would help PvP. You know, new classes will come and go, right? I mean, you shouldn't you know, adjust PvP based off new classes coming to the game. But I really think outside of that, you know, like or is it that the answer is that there is none? There will never be a change to PvP in terms of battlegrounds because they're introducing so many new PvP options in like the free-to-play aspect where it's not resonance based. You know, it's like Survivor's Bane. That's not PvP, but oh my god, I can't even think of a one at the moment. The battle royale, Wild Brawl, Conqueror, Trial of the Horde is PvE VP, Alley of Blood. Like all of these are, yeah, exactly. Alley of Blood was the exact one I was thinking of. Thank you, Remy. Like that one is a total amount of fun, and so like it makes me wonder, are they not ever going to change BGs at all for the good, best, good, better, or whatever, like in terms of new maps or new game modes? Like I don't know. They did add that other like tower mode season that comes and goes every once in a while, but I don't know. AOB is great for testing builds. Oh, I completely agree. Alley of Blood is phenomenal for testing builds. It's by far my favorite one to use. There was actually one Alley of Blood like event season, like for that week, where I switched classes every single day so I could try out different builds. It was a lot of fun. I have all those builds, of course, linked in the description under each individual class, but it was so much fun. I love that game mode. Probably my favorite PvP one. Now over here on Twitch, Infrared Game said, I want Survivor's Bane 24/7, my favorite game mode, or more often. Yeah, dude, Survivor's Bane is hella fun. I find myself just grinding that one because the rewards are good seemingly all the time, you know what I mean? Even if after you complete like all the event ones, like you still get some decent like fodder for your like blacksmith upgrades, and that's fantastic. But it feels rewarding. But then I wonder, like, would we still feel that way if we had it all the time? And that's where I don't know, you know what I mean? Like I get why BGs is always here and that's pretty static, but these other really cool ones aren't static and they're not here as frequently, which is maybe why we like them so much, you know what I mean? Especially for like Survivor's Bane. I could see myself getting burnt out of it, but so I like the rotation, but we need more of them, I think, and more updates to them. Against Conqueror, you know, there's a reason that Conqueror is the only free-to-play PvP, free-to-play PvP event that literally requires a time restriction as to when you can play it. Probably because it's not all that popular. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I think honestly, between having a new game mode and a new game type, I think that's really the only way of, I don't want to say like saving PvP, but like that's probably the only way of like saving PvP, you know what I mean? I don't know, what do you guys think?